when I take the Q-tip for use, sometimes, and this is kind of what you're saying, it's very tight and balled up. And it can be actually hard. We don't want that. What I do with the Q-tip is I take the Q-tip and I pinch on it and pull it out to make it soft. And this is how I swish on the coin. Everybody gets always, I've done this presentation a number of times. Everybody gets a kick out of it. I brought a bunch of things. Here I brought some of those rusted, crazy, look at this thing.
That'd be the one. That's the one to do right
There's
there.
lots of them that have, this stuff has been sweating in this stuff. Some things are modern. Now, let me tell you one thing about this. This is great on all the metals, but, Steve, this goes now back to copper and bronze. We know copper and bronze. Copper and bronze are problem metals in that they react with everything. And I've found in my work that you can have something on the copper that reacts with what you're trying to clean it with, okay? And so you can end up with some different kinds of things. And I noticed that where this works on all the metals, when we get to copper, I got to warn people to say, look, I do copper coins with this, but I will test on the rim first. And what am I testing for? When you've got a liquid that reacts with copper or what's on the copper, it will turn beautiful rainbow colors on the copper. And some people say, I love that, I love that. Well, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to leave the patina alone, okay? So I want to test first. I want to be careful with copper. Sometimes it comes out perfect. Sometimes I got this beautiful blue-red hues that you oh, here's a real junker. This is that haze and that stuff. It's been in this thing forever. And here's a copper coin.
Here.
Anybody want to rip one of these open? Give me a real test. Anyway, so what do? I have my little plastic cup. Okay. I think I already have a test bottle here. Open.
Carry that on the airplane?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have to. I drove here. And put some in the cup. And here, for example, something like this, $50. I mean,
You can keep it as close to there as possible.
okay. I mean, I'm even, you touch all that stuff. I mean, you can see what we got going on here. Yeah.
Lots
Use-
of PVC.
Anybody want to take a look at what we got on this thing? Here, pass it around. Somebody open something up here? Okay, so we got that green dime. So let's do that. Here, David, you've got that all right on that dime?
If you could just keep it there and do your...
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this and let's do this. And so we throw it in there. Now, if it's really dirty, like that dime, and it's been in this, do you see the plastic? Can you see? Can you see how filthy this thing was? You know what I mean? I mean, the impression of Roosevelt is in the plastic. This is maybe 30, 40 years in this thing. Okay? So here we take this, we tilt it up, I take it out, I set it down, I go boom, 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 and on the reverse, and remember we do the rim, coin has 3 sides, we got a green Q-tip, and we have now a normal looking Roosevelt dime. You want me to set it down?
There you go. That's
My hands are shaking.
okay.
We okay?
Yep.
All right. So, folks, here, pass it around.
And that doesn't need rinsed with water or anything?
No, you don't use water with this. This is a hydrocarbon distillate. Now, I got these. I'm working with chemical engineers all the time. I'm in Houston, folks. I got all these engineers. Al, what is that? I want to know. And I gotta watch what I say. It's proprietary and all of that. But this I can say. How many of you understand kerosene? Now, kerosene is not a real refined product, but it's in the hydrocarbon distillate family, solvent family. Okay, I got an engineer. It's in the solvent family. Okay, this is in that family, but very highly refined. Okay, and there's a couple of other things that are done with it, but that is like the easiest way to talk about this stuff. Okay, now here I'm going to take this copper thing. What is it? It's a French something?
10 something.
10 something? Okay. So we'll stick this in here and
Said you didn't want to contaminate.
sue me. This is for demonstration purposes only, man.
No extra cup.
Yeah, no,
You'll have some
yeah, no new
PVC on
cup.
that, but-
No new cup. Yeah, you're right. You got me. No new cup, no anything. But, you know, we're just demonstrating here, so this is easy. Of course, this is a coin that's not worth
Do you use
anything.
the plastic tongs?
No, again, I use that stuff on my fingers, and this looks like just an ugly old copper coin.
Yeah.
There's some things on there, but there's not much dirt on there, really. Sometimes I go around the rim and it's black later, you know? It's like, oh my goodness, what was on there? There wasn't much that came off this thing, really. I mean, it's just an old bronze copper from 18-something. And you know what? If I work on that longer and let it soak longer, I will get some of that, more of that stuff will come off. But you guys can pass it around. Here, this $50 that you all saw this, how dingy and whatever it is, well, just use the same liquid. And, but again, you know, when you're working in your place, you know, and again, I pop that, you see me always popping these things loose. And sometimes I'll use 2, 3, 4 Q-tips on one coin. I mean, I want to make that clean by the time I'm done. I try and put that on a different spot.
You always hear not to clean coins.
Holy moly.
Why is this?
There was back in the early days, you did a lot of whizzing. It was called cleaning.
Yeah, it'll take off the luster.
Yeah, that's it.
Whizzing was actually mechanical, yeah, it was actually a mechanical method.
Yeah.
Do you see everything coming off this thing, folks?
If you like PVC, then
You know?
Well, conserving.
Now, this was actually a very good demonstration for this piece here, because you saw how dirty and how gray and how discolored the coin was. There was everything on here. There was dirt, there was residue, there was PVC, there was everything on there. And it's dry now, and it's not the same coin anymore. And you see, that's what we're doing here. This is a rinse, you know. The company says to me, don't use the word cleaned. Al, don't use it. It's not cleaning. We're rinsing off all this nonsense. And we're not touching the tone of the coin. That's the whole thing. You know? We're only removing the residues, but not the surface. We're practically not touching the surface of the
take
metal.
off fingerprints.
No.
Leave the
I wish. I got a
fingerprints.
proof coin at home that somebody dared me try and get that off. Fingerprints is something else. Now, there is a product that the company has me on, which I will tell you about today. It's going in trials now. And if some of you, my cards are here, if some of you contact me, I'll try and get you trial bottles out. It's a product called BU, we're calling it BU Plus. You know what it is? It is basically the old version of MS-70 before they screwed it up. And I did a trial on a proof gold coin a couple of weeks ago that was cloudy, and it rinsed beautiful. You know what I mean when I say opalescence? It had that cloudy opalescence on it, that bluish, whitish, cloudy feel, and it removed it beautifully. And now what we want to do is we want to crack open some of those old brown box Ikes and from 1971 that are like clouds of whatever, and we want to rinse this. So that's what's next on our agenda. It's that's okay. It's not worth anything.
Is there anything,
Plus the
Yeah.
silver content.
is there anything to take the white stuff off of zinc?
You know what? That's a tough one. Zinc coins are pretty. I mean, you can use conserve on it just to take off what's on there, but that white mess that's on there and all that, I got news for you. We can take it off, but it's coming back. You know, again, you know, some stuff, and some of you have noticed it, you may be able to clean a coin beautifully, but it comes back. It's like a cancer. It's somehow, it is a cancer. It comes back. I've had copper coins with that problem where I've rinsed off, removed, it looks beautiful now, and I'll put it in a conventional holder, and within months, it's coming back.
When are they gonna start filling
What's a
slabs
conventional
with
holder?
nitrogen?
What's a conventional
Yeah.
holder?
Huh?
What's a conventional holder?
That would do it.
That would do it.
Well, I mean,
PCB.
well, I mean, just for you to buy, I like airtights and I like snap locks. I use them all the time. And I also use 2x2s, folks, I do. But I close it real well and staple all four sides.
Yeah.
If I think I've done a good job and everything else, I'll go do it that way.
How about carbon spots on the copper?
Carbon spots are in the metal, you're not going to get them off.
Right.
You know,
Black spots on silver.
well, that's that method that I told you about with.
Isn't that-
I mean, many times we can get those black spots off. That I do with the jewel luster, with the easiest. Yeah.
How about 20 years from now? What will the surfaces?
Well, I've been using this product since '91. And I'll tell you something that goes on in our office. All coins that are going out for slabbing, all of them, and we do thousands of coins a year out of my office. Whether it's going to PCGS or NGC, everything gets rinsed with this before it goes out. You know why? Because I don't want it coming back and it's telling me that there is surface residue and environmental damage and all this other nonsense. And we cut that way down by using this.
Unless they actually say when they give it back to you that there's environmental damage done.
Yeah, if they see any kind of haze on it and everything else, they're body banging it and it's going back to you. So we know it's not going to hurt the coin, so we go rinse. And we've done thousands of coins over the years. These little bottles are $5. Okay, it's like I've had people, it's the best $5 they ever spent. We have bigger bottles too, so it's there for you. I'll be over there after here if I can help you.